back. My name is Renee, and today on Navigating the Gap, um, we're going to be talking about. Well, there's no special guest today, let me say that. Just a few conversations that feel important, especially if you're in a season of figuring things out as you go, just like me. We're talking about three things that don't always get put together, but probably should after this conversation. Let's see what we think. So, the first conversation is young adults with autism finding their way. And I have a young adult who is finding his way. What does it mean to start? Second topic, what does it mean to start parenting? Parenting, not parent, you're the parent, but parenting your parents. And thirdly, let's talk about it. Facing Mother's Day after your mother has passed away. Well, I should say facing Mother's Day after my mother has passed away. Almost a year, but not quite a year ago. Yes. So we're going to talk about that today since Mother's Day is coming up. So there's different experiences, but they all share something in common. Learning how to move forward when life doesn't follow the script you expected. Yeah, let's move that out of the way so I can see. All right, so young adults with autism finding their way. Let's start with something that doesn't get enough honest airtime. I like to call it autism in real time, okay? But for a lot of young adults with autism, there's a moment where structure disappears. School ends, support systems shift, and suddenly you're expected to just know how to exist in a world that was never really designed with you in mind. Imagine that. There's pressure to get a job, build relationships, be independent. Come on. But the path there isn't always clear. And what people don't always see is that mental load behind it. Constantly reading situations, adjusting, masking, second guessing. Like, what do I do? Which way do I go? Um, and all in one day. Okay. Some people call it high functioning. Yeah. But the labels hide for sure how much of effort it actually takes just to keep up. There's a lot of work. You wonder why sometimes the young adults are sleeping because the mental all that wood that is burning in their brain and just trying to figure things out, they're exhausted. So the real question becomes, what does your version of independence look like? And I like that because it's your version of independence, not the whole world and their opinion about it. Maybe it's not a straight line. Maybe it's slower. Definitely, right? Go at your own pace. Maybe it includes rest, boundaries, or doing things differently than expected. It definitely includes all of those things. And that's not failure, that's adaptation. And I like that. I love that. And so now this might seem like an odd combination of a conversation, but let's shift that idea of independence a little bit. Because sometimes, just as you're figuring out your own life, something unexpected happens. And I'm talking to you, to the mom, to the dad, to that sandwich generation, if you will. There comes a point for some people where the roles start to reverse. So listen to this. You're no longer just being cared for. You're the one checking in, making decisions, holding things together. It might be gradual or it might hit all at once. But either way, it changes something fundamental because now you're balancing two realities. You're still becoming yourself, right? While also being someone others de- depend on. So you're doing that. And now you become someone that others depend on you. That can come with pressure, guilt, even resentment. And that is a fact, okay? All those feelings people don't always feel comfortable admitting. You almost can feel ashamed, like I'm pissed off at my parents for needing me this much. Like you're not trying to say that out loud. But listen, keep listening. There's a quiet question underneath it all. How do you show up for them without losing yourself? Here we go. Little balance. There's no perfect answer, y'all. Not at all. But part of it is recognizing that support doesn't have to mean self sacrifice. Wait before you throw yourself off the side of the road or you go on to the sacrifice. Hold on, there is an answer. You're allowed to have limits. You're allowed to still be in progress. You're absolutely allowed. Sometimes, before you fully figure out that balance, life shifts again. And so, this last shift, the first year after losing my mother, a lot of people describe it as first, the year of first, the first this, the first, the first Mother's Day. Let me just stick there. The first birthday, I've already faced that. Holiday, birthday, mm, uh-oh. All right. Hopefully, we're still connected. It says live, so I'm going to keep going. But this is the year of firsts for me. Maybe it's the year of first or seconds. I don't know if there's a number that really matters. If it's, when just talking about losing that loved one. But we'll talk about the first. And so, let's see. People check in. They expect it to be hard. I'll be honest, Mother's Day is next Sunday. And until my sister said, "What are you planning on doing for Mother's Day?" Up until then, I was just kind of like, loop de la, it's going to be fine. I feel fine today. But when she said that, it made me pause and say, wait, should I be thinking about what I'm going to do for Mother's Day? Um, and so yes, I did. It did make me pause and decide a few things, but I'm going to talk about that time around. Talking first time around for me, but the second, the 1 year mark can feel different, quieter, sometimes heavier, in ways that are harder to explain. I get that because now the world has mostly moved on. Oh, definitely, but your relationship with her just